What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is June 27th, 2022. It's a Monday, and the shop is closed. Here to talk about tire shop tips, tricks, things I've been through. Lots of good stuff. So I was going through some things, and then I was watching a Kobe interview, and I was just remembering what I learned about Kobe that helped me in the tire shop business. So I grew up watching Kobe. The Lakers. Before Kobe was on the team, then they're making a big announcement. There's a kid that's coming into Lakers. He's really good. And then he sucked for like 2-3 years, and then he started being really good, and he became like the best at number 8. He was like one of the best players ever to play basketball when he was number 8. And then he got older, he changed to number 24. And then he started getting wiser and started changing his game a little bit. And then as he got even older, he started changing the game even more, how he played. His last years, he would do a lot of jump shots, and I would pay attention a lot to what he would say. He was a very smart person when it came to the game of basketball, and so I would see his interviews, and sometimes he was in the ice tub, or had ice on him all the time. And then he would say things that so important to recuperation. And so I was already older too. I mean, this was a few years ago. So then I would get really beat up from the tire shop. My legs, I was already older, I gained some weight, and then going really hard in the business. So then I would get the idea, hey, well, let me get some ice and put them on my legs. And so I started getting water with ice, and I figured the more ice I put in that water, the colder it was. So I didn't want it to go too cold. I mean, I wanted it like 80-85% of what I can stand. One time I was like at 100, and I was just like so much pain. But if you put less ice, you're able to withstand it. And as time goes by, like every 5 minutes, it starts melting, and it gets even better. Like it feels better, but it's still really, really, really cold. So I noticed that you would heal real fast. So ice water, for me it was my calves. It was also my legs too, but it won't help you gain strength. Like if you're bodybuilding and you do that, it's not gonna be good, because it's not gonna help your gains. It will probably hurt it. Well, sorry, it will hurt it. It's kind of like if you didn't work out in a way. But if you're an old guy like me, then it calms the pain down. It makes the circulation better, and I would be good the next day. It's not like I was an athlete. I was going really hard, but it's not good for your bodybuilding and all that. But it's really good if you're a hard worker. Or in Kobe's, for him, he wasn't not trying to get taller, higher jumps. He was just trying to recuperate for the next in 2 days, you know, for the next game in 2 days, or for him, they would practice, so probably the next day for practice. So a big tip for you guys, if you guys are already a little older and you walk a lot at the tire shop, ice water, the best thing in the world, man. It's like the biggest thing I learned, and I learned it from Mr. Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba. So here you go, guys. I want to talk to you today about employees, and you know, what kind of employees you're gonna get in the tire shop business. And I talk to you this from many years experience, as in when I was a kid. So I can say, you know, at least 25 years of this. I mean, I used to work side by side with them, or my dad had them. I knew other people in the business, how were their employees were. They would go through the same thing. You know, we go out and eat and stuff, and we talk about business, and we hear each other's stories. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So I'm here to talk to you about employees. So I want to start with the story of mobile home parks, right? So mobile home parks, it's a very rare, small type of asset class in real estate. It's where there's trailer homes, and the owner owns the land, and the trailer homes are owned by the tenants. And so the tenants pay a land lease, lot lease to their owners, and so they rent the space. And I know the 5th largest owner in the mobile home park business in the United States. His name is Frank Rolfe. And when he talked about, so I learned through the university of like mobile home park investing, and when he talked about managers of the park, it was so much like the tire shop business employees. So I like to start. So the winning combination for a mobile home park is to have an on-site manager. And that's, you know, a bigger park. It's not like a little park. Like I'm talking about like a 25 space park and bigger. There's some parks that are hundreds of lots on one park, hundreds of tenants, but you know, minimum like 25 or so. That's what we're talking about. And so he says that the managers of mobile home parks are not going to be your elite managers. Like I talk about, I like to go every month to a syndication meetup, pretty much to learn about syndication for real estate. And these guys buy multi-million-dollar properties, and so there's a a ton of tenants, so there's a ton of cash flow. And so with that cash flow, you can afford pretty much anything when it comes to inside the business of the property. And one is management for these properties, and these are like outside management companies that are made to run hundreds of units of a property. So like, let's say this one property has like 300 units. Well, there's companies built to manage a property of 300 units, right? So there's different steps in place that they have. There's different rules. Insurance is a big part of what you can and can't do. If you have pets, what kind of pets, no pit bulls, stuff like that. You can have a little dog, but now the point is, like, the big properties can afford good quality managers. And so then one of the sponsors either manages the managers, right, of the property, or, you know, manages the management company, or they hire someone to manage the management company of the property. So you're talking about there's managers and managers, and then there's the managers of the managers. And so there's a lot of things that are not going to be missed. You know, there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of that everything's going to be done the right way. Well, this is not the case for a small mobile home park, or a mid-sized mobile home park, or a large mobile home park. Unless it's in California, it's a whole different story. I've been to mobile home parks in California that have elite management companies that run the parks, but that's not the case in the other 9 states or 48 states. If New York has some big parks like that, very expensive parks, multi-million-dollar parks, huge parks. For the mobile home parks, for the business to run good, you just need a little manager, a little guy, one guy that lives in the park, and he manages the tenants there. He collects the rent, cash, gives it to the landlord, or, you know, he deposits the cash into the bank, cashier's checks, money orders, credit cards. I mean, you name it. Walmart, I think Walmart, they have this way of collecting cash. I heard also they will talk about 7-Eleven now that has this platform of collecting cash. But so he was saying a lot of stories of like these crazy ass fucking managers, what they would do and the things. I mean, I can go on and on with these stories, but I don't want to waste a lot of the film time. But just so the main story I do want to share though is so there was one guy, he was pretty decent, and then one day he fucked up. So Ralph now got this guy, he fired this guy, he got this guy right here. He sucked, so right away he fired that guy, he got this guy. He sucked, now over and over he sucked. And then he got back to the original guy. He was managing the park, and he's like, "Hey, remember that thing you did last time?" The manager's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, don't do it again. You're the manager." And so it's like, and then so that guy starts manage the thing again, the park again. So it's like that with the tire shop business. In the tire shop business, you're not gonna have the elite of the elite people. Of any, you know, everybody's gonna be flawed. Like big flaws. I'm not talking about like, oh, this guy has a little defect. I'm talking about like some big stuff is like, man, that's, you know. I just want to be honest. I mean, I'm trying to say nothing bad about, you know, the employees and stuff, but throughout the years that I have my employees, or I would manage them here, let's just say when I was a kid, till now, I can tell you clues what's good and clues what's not good. Clues of what's good is if you have somebody that's already trustworthy and you like the person's attitude, you bring him in, and so that person doesn't know nothing about nothing. You bring him in and you teach him everything. Now that person's gonna be one of the best employees you can find, like that. And if you have like other guys that come from other shops, well, I have experience. I always hear that, and I get calls from people that all the time, and you know, people looking for work. I'm not hiring right now. I haven't been hiring for years. I mean, it's been years since I've been looking for somebody like that. But when I hear I have experience, that's a bad thing for me, because they already have their bad traits, their bad mounting styles from other places. So if you bring them in and you teach them your way, the right way to do it. I know everybody it says they do it the right way, but let's just call your way the right way of doing it. Then that's all they're gonna know. And so when they do some weird shit, you can be like, hey, I never taught you that shit. Like, don't do that. It doesn't work. I know that thing. I've seen it many years and stuff like that. It doesn't work. Just do it this way. And then they do it that way and it works, right? So So the employees, they're gonna have their flaw, their personalities. I just want to say like that, right? And we have some guys that had high personalities, and they were like the best workers. And when I say high personalities, I do not mean that in a nice way, in a good way, if you know what I mean. So the very best guy I've ever had as a worker, and I mean that like also as in no other shops that have good workers, and I'm just comparing this guy to other guys, right? This guy is like the best of the best. When in mounting tires, I mean, he's really good at everything, but like when it comes to time to work, he'll work and do a good job all the time. Like I never get a complaint from a customer. Oh, hey, that guy did this patch job and it leaked. Or hey, there's a big slice in the tire. Oh, hey, there's a ball in this tire. You know, the mounter didn't catch that. Or you know what I'm saying. All these things that happen in the tire shop, but this guy don't get that. Those problems. He doesn't make them happen. He does everything good, you know, and he does it fast. Like this guy is like, I don't want to sound cocky, but he's pretty much like almost as good as me when it comes to working and installing tires and all that stuff. So pretty much he's another me when it comes to working. But this guy's personality is unbelievable, right? So he's extremely unbelievable, but he's extremely, on the other end, unbelievably good when it comes to the tire shop business, when mounting, looking for tires. He knows where they're at. I mean, patches the semi trucks pretty fast, or fast. He does the work fast. I mean, I know this guy since high school, right? So then he is the very best I've ever had, and he's like, we had him I don't know, 15 years on and off. But he knows he needs a lot of work when it comes to, you know, certain things in the shop. Like like there's sometimes he can't mount like a level 10 tire, like air it up, and he'll call me and then I'll do it. Or, you know, a lot of little things that are like the super hardest you can do in the shop, and he has trouble with it, then he'll call me and then I'll do it. So that he knows, like, you know, I have a little edge on him when it comes to the hardest of the hardest tires to do. But that's rare. That's like less than 1% of the tires, or let's just say it's 1% of the tires of how hard those things are, let's just say. But everything else is like, you know, you know, not normal, but like when it comes to pretty much industry standards, it's like, you know, all the same stuff, kind of in a way. So then I had another guy, and this guy is like the second best I've ever had. And again, this guy was another guy that had a personality, right? In what he likes to do. Now this guy, what he likes to do, not about talking, but not about like doing, if you know what I mean. So this guy would be like, you know, up late at night and then come to work, you know, like half asleep, but he worked good, very, very, very good. And so he was another like elite tire guy, man. He was like, I mean, when I talk about these two guys, these guys are like best workers for sure in the city, right? And you can add other cities to that, by the way. And even better than a lot of tire shop owners. I know that because I see how people work, and I'm like, man, my guys are better than that, right? I mean, but of course, my guys have more experience and stuff like that. But you know, it just takes time, you know, to learn how to like do these, you know, jobs. But yeah. So when it comes to guys, I mean, you're gonna have to give a lot of slack in the tire business. This tire shop business is it's I'll put it like this: when it comes to managing the employees, it's not a Tesla. You know, it's not. You get in, it's so smooth, it's so perfect. Oh, the ride is great. I never have to fucking worry about if it's not gonna start, right? It's or I don't have brake issues or whatever, gas leaking, catching on fire. I mean, I go on and on, right? But a tire shop business is more like old car, and you know, it's like a rough ride, makes a lot of noise, it doesn't look that good. You know, you have problems all the time, that it won't start, or it turned off when I was driving, it doesn't brake right. I have to fix it over and over and over. So a part goes out, I gotta go buy the part and put it on again, and something got loose and it got burned at the header wire and with the headers, and they gotta replace that wire. I mean, on and on and on. Like, I just put this new, how come it just went out? Like, what the hell? You know? But when it rides good, it's like the best ride of your life. You know, it runs so fucking fast. It's and so like your job is to, you know, keep it together, keep it on the road. The tire shop is, you gotta keep that old car on the road. You just gotta put bandages on it, you gotta zip ties, I mean, tie straps, I mean, whatever, I mean, rope, until you can like get it to where, you know, the mechanic shop or your pad, and then you go to the auto parts and you fix it, you get that part, and then you fix it. I mean, there's always gonna be problems with the employees, and if you have all these problems, then I don't know what kind of business you're running, but it's not running a tire shop. I mean, it's gonna be like, I don't know, maybe some freaking new tire wholesale business or something. But it's a rocky road. It's they're gonna be messing up all the time. I mean, and then another thing is like, when they mess up, let me add on to this. So when they mess up, let's say they break a sensor. Well, now I have the sensors here. I put them on and program it, no problem. But before, I'll pay. They just say $65. Every time I broke a sensor, I have to pay. I have to pay, not them. You know, they scratch the rim. I have to go pay the guy to rig the rim for the guy, right? You name it. I mean, they grind it too hard on the tire when they're patching it, and they messed it up. I have to give another one, right? So I don't charge that to the guys, because if I did, then like, you know, what kind of job would that be for them? Like, they're not gonna be wanting to come back. Like, man, I barely make enough, or well, not here. I mean, I paying good, but they just say I barely make enough, and then like, then I still gotta pay for my mistakes. You know, it's like, fuck that. I ain't coming back. I'll get another job. So you can't be charging the guys when they mess up. You just gotta call that a loss and just keep moving. Like, fuck, man. Like, they just say, damn, I didn't have that much profit this morning, and then they did that big ass scratch on the rim. I gotta pay $100 to fix that shit. It's like, damn. But that was years ago, not now. It's a whole different story now. My guys are much sharper now. Way less mistakes compared to before. But what I'm talking about before, when they make mistakes, I never charge them. We don't charge them, because that's the main reason. It's like, first of all, it's a job. You know, they don't own the business. They don't own the business, right? And second, it's like, if you want to keep and get the elite of the elite people, as far as good as it gets, then you have to let a lot of shit slide, and that's including with their high personalities, you know. So you just have to let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. But every day the tire shop profits. It's worth all that crap. It's worth all that shit. And so it's like, with these guys that with the high personalities, it's worth the taking the beating on their personalities with, if you understand what I'm saying. It's worth it because the machine just keeps running, and the machine comes running every single day. So I pretty much run the tire shop on a day-to-day basis. I don't, measure week at a time, or like most businesses, everybody measures a month at a time. I measure tire shop every single day. If it produces money every single day, then it's gonna be producing every single week and every single month and every single year. So I have losses with like little things when it comes to these guys now. Like they broke a sensor, but they know how to put the sensor on, and the sensor only cost me $25, right? Or like they mess up, let's say, a valve, and they gotta take out the tire to dismount it, and they just put a regular valve stem on and mount it back up. In that case, it just wasted time. But you save so much time and money if you keep these guys as much as you can, take their fucking beating of their personalities, and just roll with the flow. Just roll, bang these cars out. Boom, 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 boom. Semi truck after semi truck after semi, whatever it is, bobtails of 6 tires, bobtails of 6 tires. I mean, company trucks of 6 tires, These people that have multiple cars. I want to switch 4 tires. How much is it? Fucking $200, All right, cool, let's do it. And we knock it out, pretty fast. No scratching the rim, no breaking, no over tightening and all that shit. You save a lot of money when you don't have to like replace studs because they go too hard. And the next time they come back, the whole person who takes it off, it breaks it, and it's like, oh, it was fine before. And then you have to end up taking the car to a tire shop, a mechanic shop, to replace the studs. Or if you do it here at the shop, we can do it here too. But it depends how busy you are, and people want to get done pretty quick. They don't want to wait for you, and might as well just send them over there, and you pay $75 or whatever it is to put a $5 stud onto their car. So the employees, if they're normal and they're good, then they're not gonna last here, because they think so good, and they can save their money, and they're good at what they do because they have a good brain on their heads. Then they're good enough to start their own shop. They're good enough to get a good job. Like these guys are not gonna last. The guys who have defects, those guys are the ones that are gonna last. Those guys are gonna be your boys right there. Let's go. Every year, let's go to a restaurant. I got it all. Pick you up in the limo. Everybody, let's go have some drinks and all that on me, right? Oh, and they love that shit. They love it. Like they're little kids. But these guys are like smart like that. They're gonna be only with you for a little bit, which is awesome, by the way. These guys, let's say they're with you for like 2 years, like the good guys, like the smart guys, and then they go open up their own tire shop. That's fucking great that they're so smart that they can do that. You're only gonna have a short time with them. So those guys, in reality, that's like society wants those employees to be like that. Those are the kind of guys that are gonna only last you a short amount of time, right? Which is great. Take those guys in too, and teach them all you can teach them also. no secrets and all that. Just make them, try to make them as good as you. Short time, 2 years, they're not gonna be as good as you. It's gonna take so many years to be that good. It's gonna take them 10 years at least, right? But those guys are not gonna want to sue you. They're not gonna be breaking shit all the time. They're gonna learn really fast. So they're not gonna have like messing up stems, breaking beads on tires, and brand new tires, and you freaking break the bead. You don't have that issue with those guys. So, but just understand that those guys are only gonna be there for like 2 years, and that's it. So you can't really build a business on that. Those kind of guys, like, you're gonna reach, and it takes time to reach in. You're gonna find a guy, train him. He's only there for this long, and he's gone. You gotta do it again and do it again, which is great for like one of the guys to be like that. But for your foundation, you're gonna have to get these other type of guys. You know what I mean? And those are your best guys. Those are gonna be the guys gonna be with you 5+ years. And the guys that are here with me already been here. Like I told you, that guy's been 15 years with me. There's another guy. He's on and off over 10 years. There's another guy about, I don't know, 13 years, something like that, on and off too. And then another guy, he's with me on and off again. I want to say 7 years. And then there's another guy, there's not enough work because I already got my solid guys that's been on and off with me, I want to say 5 years. But that guy, I don't even bring him in anymore because I don't have that much work to like, I can have freaking, 5-6 guys in a day, you know what I mean? So, but he's there. He calls me, hey, whenever you need me, I'm here. Like, just let me know 3 days or 4 days ahead of time. If I have like an emergency, something like that, I'll hit him up. But my guys are so good that I don't have emergencies like that. Oh, like, I'm not gonna show up today. Like, well, yeah, I get once in a while like that, but not like 2 or 3 guys like that in the same day. You know what I mean? So if it's just one guy missing, then okay, well, I work extra harder, and then I just save the money that I was gonna pay these guys, and then that's it. They come the next day and they work fine. And they get their rest, right? But as I'm saying, the other guy, I just don't have enough space for that guy, right? So I don't really count him, but he's there. He's there. I can count on him. So, yeah, those are the guys you want to go for. Family works good also, because family, you can train somebody in the family, and if you have an emergency, fuck, I just need 1 day, just come here, help me 1 day, right? They'll come and they work and they, oh good, like, but I mean, that's not the case for me now, but I'm talking about like 10 years ago, when there was the case like that for me, when I was like, trying to like keep the group together, because that's your job. Like, you gotta keep them together, man. Like one guy will leave, get a more beneficial job for him. Let's say he gets a health care, he's got he can go to the dentist and all that health, all the healthcare stuff that they get like a bigger job, bigger company, the benefits, right? But yeah, so if you train like family here and there to help you with tires once in a while, that's great. Also friends, like I was growing up when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, your party years, you have a lot of close friends in those years. And if you're partying a lot, like we used to party a lot, like every weekend and during the week, right? Then a lot of times those guys are gonna be broke, right? And so like they're gonna need, hey man, I need some money, man, really, let me come work for you and shit, let me get a job. So I'll teach these guys, even though they got older, I had a lot of friends that worked for me, And man, my friends were freaking good at the business, man. They were good. I had most of my friends were good at the business, but as in the party guys, let's just say, like, they're gonna need jobs, and then they're gonna, like, I guess always be around. It's like certain guys, you know, that they're gonna always be around, like forever. Like my friends, I have friends all over the country now, and you know, pretty much friends for life, right? That you know, those guys, they used to work out here at the tire shop too. They learned, and they had skills like throughout the years. Like if I needed somebody, I told, hey dude, I have nobody on Sunday, man, help me out. They'll come on Sundays. And even though they're not that good, let's just say, the party guys, let's just say, but they were here, the machine was able to roll. I was make, you know, cash flow. You know, every day, right? Every day again. I based everything on every day. And so friends are another good people to teach in the business, and they'll always be around, you know, your friends, right? And so I mean, I have some friends that they when they need, you know, they have cars, they buy cars, and they need tires, they'll come and install their own tires. I don't charge, I just go ahead and use it. I mean, I got enough business, right? And I'm packed, you know, they come when I'm packed and shit, so like, all right, you know, do it up, you know, do your shit. I won't charge you, but you do the job. And they know how to do the work. So, but you know, there's been a lot of times that I needed help, and they came through, and the machine was still riding smooth, you know? Because you're gonna have times that you get really tired, and you're like, fuck, I need a fucking rest, man. I need a freaking, I just need it. Like, I'm so sleepy, so tired, and like, and so it's like, they're there, and they show, and they come, and so you hit them up, right? Hey, can you come? Yeah, so they show the next day, the next 2 days, whatever it is, and you go home and rest, right? Go sleep. And then you're real fresher for the next time, or fresh already, and then you can handle again. You can handle a week again, right? And then you can get like a day of rest, let's just say. But you need that day of rest, right? So friends are really good, family's really good to train, and then people like that I have around that just for business purposes only, like they also consider my family. I consider them family, friends, family. But those guys that learn and they go get another job, and then they can use you as a part-time job, so it works great. So let's say they work, I don't know, let's just say they work Monday through Friday at their job, and then they come help you Saturday and Sunday when shop is the busiest. That works super badass also. And let's say one of your guys or something wants to take a day off that day, or in a few days I want to take a day off. Okay, take a day off on Saturday, or take a day off on Sunday. Then perfect, the other guy takes their spot, you know. So yeah, so you always want to, you know, be cool, even though when they stop working for you, always be cool. Don't burn your bridges. I know a lot of guys that, you know, I didn't mention them, like, that are around that want to help me out from time to time, but I just don't want them to help me out for certain reasons, but they're so cool. Well, even those guys have come in clutch a few times. And then when I don't need them no more, then I gotta let them go real quick for the reasons that I don't want them around, right? But always keep it cool, don't burn your bridges, and you'll see that even those guys that I noticed, like, that are like kind of evil guys, right? They'll come and be cool with you and bring you business, and you know, they're gonna need a tire guy anyways, and they know you right there, you know, that's you and that's them. They're like so close to you, but you don't want to be close to them, let's just say. They'll bring you business, they'll buy the tires from you, they'll even install their own tires and pay you what you charge the customers, right? Always keep it cool with everybody in this business. And by the way, you always want to do that anyways, because you know, certain reasons, like, you know, you have tire shops in like not desirable areas and in the hoods, right? And there's gangsters and all that run the hoods. Well, you don't have no beef with people's family and, you know, gang killing, checking you and all that stuff. I've never had none of those issues. I've always been cool. As a matter of fact, the gangsters want to be cool with me and, hey, yeah, I know that fool. Yeah, go to Rudy's, go to Rudy's. I get my tires. That motherfucker's the best, you know? Oh, I bring all my family here, dog, you know? But you always want to keep it cool with everybody. And don't have no problems for anyone. Tell you, man, this being in a tire shop is like being in the streets. You're always open. They know you're there, you know. So like, you don't want to have those problems. So always keep it cool with everybody, you know, customers, and also, you know, even if you don't agree with them or whatever, they talk shit or whatever. Don't talk shit back. Just, all right, cool, yeah. I'm sorry, that's the price, whatever, you know. They'll understand and they'll leave and they won't come back to you again. But you have no problems with them, and that's great. You know, you kind of come to terms with something, or, you know, whatever. You know, that's all right, cool, whatever. Pay me this, but that's it. Like, no more. You know, whatever it is you want to work out with the guy. But same thing with the employees. If something happens, you know, be cool. You know, it didn't work out. Usually it doesn't work as smooth like that. But still be cool with them. And then maybe later on things will change. Years pass by, 5 years pass by, attitude changes, and then they come back to you and buy tires and, you know, recommend you and all that kind of stuff. Which happens a lot, by the way. Lot throughout the years. I know a ton of people, and there's always been problems. All the times there's gonna be problems in the future. So they will keep recommending, you know. You just do your job. Oh, well, I'm here, you know, this tire costs this much. If you're interested, there it is, right? Oh, yeah, let's do it. All right, cool. So then, it's the way things work. Hope you guys like this video. I'm here to help you guys. I like doing this video for you guys. Peace out.